Okay, so when trying to improve ankle dynamics or ankle mechanics and how your foot works and moves, some of us have rolled our ankles in the past. And whether you're playing sports or you were just walking, hiking, and you stepped on a rock weird, and if your ankle rolls or tweaks, sometimes it doesn't come back into the right place. And you've got a lot of bones in and around the ankle joint, just like the wrist. You know how the ankle can, you can go in a full circle, you can paint a circle with your big toe? Okay, well that's because we have so many little bones in this joint. We've got a couple bones here, that allows for this. Here we've got a bunch of bones that allows for so many different angles and positions to be created. So our ankle has that. So certain bones can get out of whack. And you might be, Steph told me I got to stretch my feet, I got to roll out my calves, I got to whatever to mobilize the tissue. But if your tissue isn't the problem, stretching it, that's not going to help. We need to look at the joint. So this is a joint distraction technique. Now, distraction, we're just going to be pulling on the joint in a certain way, and I'll show you how to do that. So we're going to try to get the bones into a better position. So when you roll your ankle and whatnot, you can get let's just pretend this is your foot and this is your ankle bone. And if your ankle bones are in the way, no matter how much you stretch, no matter how much you roll out your tight muscles, you won't be able to access the range of motion that a healthy, normal ankle joint would be able to access. So we need to get the bones back in position so that you can get that ankle dorsiflexion and plantar flexion back to normal, all right? So we need to get that bone in the right position. So we're gonna be looping the band around these bones here, to then pull that out of the way, and then you can move properly. So this is how we're gonna do it. I'd like you to mount a medium band. It doesn't have to be really heavy and thick. I also don't want it to be thicker than 1 inch. Anything thicker than this is really going to overwhelm your ankle, and we won't be able to target the correct bones in the ankle. So 1 inch or narrower. Mount it at something that's not going to move, something that's stable. And then I want your foot elevated on a box, about maybe a foot off the ground, at least 6 inches, and it could be higher, like say on a bench. You could attach this to a squat rack, put your foot up on a bench, mobilize your ankle in between sets when you're bench pressing. Let's say you're a power lifter, you take 3-minute rest periods, mobilize one ankle between each bench press set. That's a great way to fit in mobility work. Okay, so when you do this exercise, this technique, I want you to take off your shoes so you can really feel what your foot and ankle is doing. Go ahead and loop your leg through. Get your foot up on the bench or the box, whatever you're using. Make sure it's stable. And then I want you to loop this band around the top portion of your foot, okay? So not your tibia. This would be completely ineffective. We need to be right here. Okay, so in this posture, I want you to start creating dorsiflexion. Okay, so here, if you've looked at my foot and posture mechanic video, you know how your ankle and knee should be positioned. So try to grip the box and then go ahead and work through positions around the ankle, purposely driving your knee in, purposely pushing your knee out, making sure your foot is in a good position, pushing into dorsiflexion, using my weight to really push down through my knee, and then falling back. Pushing through, falling back. You need to do this for 2 minutes on each ankle to make any impact. 2 minutes minimum. So I recommend 2 minutes of this if you have ankle issues, if you have poor ankle mobility. 2 minutes of this, followed by rolling out the bottom of the feet, rolling out the calf muscles, especially the soleus right here, the bottom half of the lower limb, and then the top half as well, but usually addressing the soleus, the bottom of the foot, and this usually ungums everything, gets everything moving. So this is how you do ankle distraction. It's a great technique for those of you with locked up ankles. And this is how you access better mobility in your squat, better mobility in your deadlift and lunge, and it will improve the way your joint works. So you'll be able to develop your calves, develop your legs so much better when you have a healthy working ankle. All right, play with this. Good luck. Have fun.